Hello there, everyone. So, I just want to make sure if you guys can hear me, type in a yes in the chat box or just chime in really fast. Okay, great. Awesome. So, I have decided to start using Zoom more often. I like the way it works, a little bit easier for everyone. So, you can expect to be on here for some of our workshops. Today we're not going to do anything with the cam on. We're just going to participate and share some of the things that have been coming up lately in our lives that we would like to kind of set the intention for the new year so that we can gather a good collection of manifestation energy towards your objective. So, I will go first, I guess. One of the things that I've been wanting to do for the new year is gather more energy for like creative purposes. Like I want to like almost like stream, like create like this really chill lifestyle where my thoughts are constantly turning into action. So that's where I'm really at. And for me to be able to do that in terms of alchemy, I really feel like I should be working with the 11th frequency of the major alchemy. I really feel like I should also be using like fire frequencies for my root chakra because the root chakra is vitality. The 11th chakra is tied to opening up higher levels of not only creativity but manifestation. So I definitely feel like I should be working on root chakra and 11th chakra. Now, whoever else wants to jump in and share their story, go with it. Come on, you guys. I know somebody wants to share something. I hear Natalie, so like.
I'm being all shy.
Go for it.
Well, I feel I have to do more of that as well. That I have to get my my thoughts into actions. So I'm in agreement with that. But I don't know what else you want me to say because I didn't hear the first part of it. I didn't realize I had to put my earphones in.
Oh, so we're just sharing like if we had to break down our like manifestation into like a formula that we have to work with. What would you be putting that in? For me, it's like I need the root chakra, the 11th chakra, and putting in some ascended space in those chakra fields. Do you you know what I mean?
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have to put more action in there. So I mean, I can't think of anything more at the moment.
Okay, that's fair. Who's next? The reason why we're doing this exercise is because I want you guys to be able to start thinking in terms of alchemy. I want you guys to be able to look at yourselves and say, hey, like I'm going through this thing, or this is the one thing I'm trying to manifest. This is how I can fix it with the alchemy that I know. So that's why we're going to practice that so this technique can carry itself through 2020 for you guys.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm gonna randomly pick somebody. I'm gonna pick. I feel Marcella. Marcella, her energy is like, gotta hear it.
I knew you were gonna pick me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. My focus is more authenticity with myself and striking a balance within myself and being who I am, and showing that more to people and not necessarily caring what they think. And also wanting to incorporate more compassion for myself and others, and living more in tune with the ideals of Ma'at.
Okay. Nice.
And I don't know how to do that with alchemy right now.
Okay.
I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. All right. That's why we're sharing, because we're gonna get there for sure. What about Rudy?
Hello. I lately have been dealing with authenticity and like a lot of fear, and I've been seeing how a lot of like my actions come from fear, and like a lot of self-love too, and like, well, this is kind of weird, but like a couple weeks ago I did acid, and like the main like theme, like lesson, like during it was like self-love, and like because I was like realizing how like there's probably like how rare it is to find someone out there for you, and like how like even worrying about someone being out there is emitting that energy that there is no one out there. And so like if I just like love myself, then I'm emitting that energy of like self-love, and then that's the only way I can even like find someone, and then I'll
Yeah.
um,
So do you know how you would target that with your alchemy?
yeah, I think so. I know like the heart chakra is a lot of self-love, and like I know a lot of times I'm just like bored, and I don't even like, I just need someone to fill the void, and I just don't want to deal with like myself, or I don't want to deal with just like fixing things, and I just want someone to like lean on. So I think that's like a lot to do with fear and self-love. So, and also like the tarot reading, you said I picked C, and like you said coincidentally that I need like people in that group need to focus like on their root chakra and heart chakra, if like, and they should focus on like opening their kundalini. So I don't know, there's a lot that there's always a lot that always lines up, and then like the spirit guides are always like saying messages of like that line up with all that too. And yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I've just been trying to like open up my kundalini some more, so I can stop being afraid and have more self-love. Like I've been getting a lot of like guidance with that in that aspect too.
Okay. Cool. Thank you for sharing. What about Hubert? I think he might not be available right now, or technical difficulties. So, all right. So we're at least open, and we understand what's going to be coming up in the next new year. One of the things that I particularly wanted to do with each and every one of you, especially the lead researchers, was teach you guys how to access your special ability that I had helped you guys access, while also bringing everyone else into like alignment with targeting certain things with their manifestations. So, give me 1 second. I cannot talk with my braces in my mouth. All right. So now what we're going to do is set the intention that we're all in the same room together. Take a deep breath. Relax. So we're going to start off with the lead researchers, and then we're going to work into the manifestation technique. So for everyone who is not a lead researcher, you guys can go ahead and just still participate in the energy. Just allow yourself to feel the energy that's happening in the room. I'm still going to be pumping in the Quantum Reiki keys into the room to start getting a really nice atmosphere going. So we're going to start off with, I really feel like Marcella should go first. You don't have to comment just yet or anything like that, but if you want to be live with me, that works too. But I'm going to walk you through your special ability that we have been working with these last couple months. All right, so I just want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to let the intention of your higher consciousness connecting with your thought. And we're going to just do this nice and fast. Let go of your mind. Don't try to focus on making it happen. Just you set the intention right. I can tell like there's something there that's like almost analytical or logical that's stopping you from fully accessing the full tier of it all. Make it something logical to you, that like this is as easy as it is. It's just a new system that you're learning. And then, right. Okay, so there's a little bit still left over. That tiny bit that's left over for you is kind of your need to be in control of the direction of where you're gonna put your energy. So basically, let go of that. Like, just because you're not putting a direction into it doesn't mean that you're not in control. Right. So feeling all of that, if it makes you feel a little bit nauseous, that's okay. This is a huge tier of energy that you're going to be working with. Amy, I want you to remember the Egyptian alchemy that we did in the previous months. Just remember that you listened to them or you had an experience with them. Don't focus too much on it. Once you recall it, let the experience wash over you. Now let go just a little bit. Everything's in the present, right? Just let it go. Let go of the need to hold it. Let go of the need of having to understand it. And also let go of the need of having to remember it. There's still a little bit of a barrier. Totally let go of everything. Like you just don't, nothing matters other than you connecting in the present moment with your ability. It's okay not to care about anything. Allow yourself to be okay to feel what you're feeling. Good. So that opening that happened in your brain or like in your third eye, that is the ability that I was describing earlier for you, where your thoughts have a lot of control over matter. So I want you to relax into that opening that just happened. Right? As you're doing this, understand that you are very connected to every bit of matter, that any thought you have is basically entangled with. Don't try to quantify it. Understand that it all travels within the frequency of time. Understand that almost every thought that you've ever had is within the frequency of time. Right. Now feel really comfortable with this. Let this radiate through your heart chakra. And as it starts picking up speed, you'll feel gratitude to hold it in place, gratitude to hold it in place. Whatever thought, you can rotate whatever thoughts that you are going to have while you're going through this experience. And whatever you put your thought to will begin to manifest. So this is kind of like a control of self, so you can really put your attention to your thought to manifest that thought. If you don't have any questions or anything, if you're feeling like you're in control of that and you can hold that for a little while, I'll move on to the next person. If not, let me know where you're at.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So hold that and keep going with it. All right, so we're going to go with Rudy next. Rudy, last time I messaged you, I had given you an update on one of your abilities being a dragon that had been located as one of your totems. So we are going to start bringing that totem out. So I just want you to take a deep breath. Don't overcomplicate it. Understand that dragons exist everywhere all the time. They're not really far away. It's just our perception of whether or not they are far away makes them far. Dragons don't like to be perceived by people, so chances are I will not be able to really see it. You will be the only person to see it, but everyone else will be able to feel its presence when it does step in. So the best way I'm going to bring it in is by walking you through how I summon my dragon. And every dragon has a different set of rules. Like some dragons want to help people. Some dragons don't have any interest in helping people. So it's really important that you communicate with your dragon. You figure out what its powers are, what it wants to do, and, kind of obey that at all times. A dragon is not like a regular totem that you would treat it as a pet. It is a totem that is like your brother. So, deep breath. You're going to center yourself, like in the moment. It doesn't have to be like a high meditative state. Just, you're here right now. You're present. Boof. As you're present, set the intention that right now you're going to connect with your dragon. And as you're setting that intention, understand that your dragon already knew that you wanted to talk to it before you even set the intention that you wanted to communicate. It knows what you want before you're even aware of what your needs are. Now that you know that, it's easier for you to actually connect and integrate with your dragon. So now all you have to do is free your mind, let your mind just open up. Don't go looking for anything, don't have any anticipation. You didn't have to do too much technique to get here. Trust the fact that your dragon will just step through. Set the intention that when it steps through, it's only going to affect you and no one else, since you don't know exactly all of its rules. And this is going to be your first time interacting with it. You can't have fear. Dragons are strong creatures. They do not care about regular human emotions. Alright, now let your dragon step through. Just trust it's going to come through all the way. And then you're going to notice that like your chakra, your energy comes to like a point where it kind of feels like it's in a bubble, like it can't go any further. That's because that's your human chakra on the edge of the dragon chakra. You have to allow your human chakra to just blend into the dragon. It's almost like it feels like you're letting go of your soul almost. Understand that your dragon has no interest in hurting you, as you are both connected. Good. I just want you to sit here right now with your dragon energy, with the dragon. Let it present itself. Let it communicate with you. Just listen. Be open. Be a channel. And you will pick up information from it. Don't overcomplicate it. You're kind of dwindling your energy as I was going to step away from it. You need to sit with the dragon. So let's bring you back up. Take a deep breath. Relax. Trust the dragon, right? Trust yourself that you can stay here. Trust that it's easier than you're giving yourself credit for. And just believe in yourself, like you got this. All you have to do is sit with the dragon. The more you sit with the dragon, the stronger the connection is going to get. All you have to do is be chill and stay here. So just stay chill, fall into it, let it embrace you. Right? And that's all you got to do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just keep doing that. All right, so we're going to switch really fast to Hubert. And if you cannot open up your chat, I'm going to be communicating with your astral body. So hopefully you're in a place where you can physically and consciously work with us right now. All right, Hubert, your ability is very interesting, and I've kept it secret for a second just because I wanted to see how the rest of our chakra work was going to affect you. So in the center of your heart chakra, you have the ability to create a vortex that has two polarities, and it can pump out one thing in one polarity and absorb something in another polarity. Because of it, it opens up a third vortex. So you have this capability of manifesting drastically and manifesting almost like with the sheer force of chaos itself to put things into action with a lot of force. So in order for you to really control that and understand how it works, we're just going to take a deep breath, set the intention that you're going to let your heart chakra connect with universal consciousness. Relax into it. Don't try to overanalyze it. The next of it is going to be an experience. Understand you have a vortex that pulls things in. Understand that you have a vortex that pushes things out. Understand that there's a third vortex that's invisible. That its direction doesn't matter how it works, it's just there. It's elusive and shouldn't be defined. Right. Feel how all those currents travel through your heart chakra in their independent ways, but yet they're all harmonious with each other. You'll notice that there's a pivot point in the center of all that. At that point is your manifestation. Any manifestation you desire. Understand that when you place a manifestation at this point, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything other than observe the manifestation itself and allow everything else around that manifestation to move. It's a very unique way of manifesting. Sounds similar to other techniques, but it's different altogether. Where in other techniques you sit down and you envision and you feel the manifestation and you're already in it, which then sort of pulls you to that direction. Here you take full control of a desire, you put that into the architecting of reality, and then the rest of reality moves around that which you put into place. It's almost as though you're a black hole for a manifestation. Once you set the intention that you want that manifestation to come to you, it cannot escape your gravitational pull. So you don't have to do anything because of the sheer force of it coming to you. Allow that to resonate through all of your chakras, just that knowledge. Don't try to define it with your human logic. Allow this knowledge to organize itself within the alchemy that you know, but don't see any formulas. If your alchemy was a second mind or a second brain, this thought is now being processed through that alchemy brain. And then you can't even process it in the alchemy brain. It just is. Right. And you'll notice that there's a beam that opens up, almost like an infinite beam. It doesn't go anywhere particular. There's no endpoint. Let that beam travel through whatever chakras it's connected through. And then say you feel that. I feel it mostly at my crown chakra and at my third eye, with some of it at my heart chakra. Each of those centers are just going to be the points I exist at. They're just going to be the highlights. Similar to the chakra mirror, you're just letting these chakras be your highlight of existence at this moment. And then stay there. Good. Now, everyone holding on to your capabilities. Now we're going to step into a manifestation. For the non-researchers, this is what we're going to do. And researchers can also continue to hold on to their frequencies, their special combinations, and still walk through this next process as well. Sometimes when I'm manifesting, I have to come to this understanding of it's always good to continue learning and growing and adding things into my repertoire of capabilities. You never want to get rusty. You never want to stop moving. That's why I pursue alchemy all the time. But there are times when the level of alchemy that you know, the way you process it can be your worst enemy. Because the way you learned how to process things on a regular basis is very 3D or human-like. Even someone like myself, I have come to notice that my esoteric formats of thinking, doesn't matter if it's another past lifetime or even an alien lifetime, is always somewhat bound and being processed through a 3D understanding of myself. So in order for me to stop thinking multidimensionally within a 3D spectrum, I need to stop doing the one thing that in 3D is constantly the problem. Separation. I need to cut out separation from the equation. I need to understand that everything that I've come to understand at this moment comes back to one singular vibration. that vibration is then the ultimate manifest or the ultimate alchemy that you hold inside. That ultimate alchemy will always change and grow infinitely with the more alchemy that you add into that. So take a deep breath. Think of all the alchemy you've ever learned. Even think of if you learned regular Usui Reiki, or you learned TCM, or you learned whatever, cognitive therapy, anything and all the stuff that you know. If it were put on a table in front of you or on a large wall, a pin wall, look at all your information. Don't focus on any one little detail. You might notice that there's certain areas on your table or your wall where you're like, oh man, yeah, that's really juicy stuff. I learned that and I love that. Or yeah, I totally forgot that I felt that. Whatever it is, see it all in front of you. Put it all in front of you. Let it all manifest itself there. If you feel like there's something you're not really sure of, in my world, I see a desk, I see a bunch of papers, I see loose papers, I see stacks of folders and really old school binders, I see USB sticks, I see a laptop, I see a filing cabinet. And it's all kind of like in an office space for me. This is all the stuff I've learned. And then I can see that there's another little room, and in that other room, it almost looks like there's a bunch of like artifacts or something. And I know that room over there is all the really ancient stuff that I've been collecting for a while. I don't really go in there because, it's all priceless. Now that I see it, all this information ultimately has to always come back to what? What's the point of learning so many different things if you're not going to simplify your life with all that knowledge? People constantly learn things and they forget the one unison fact of it all. Knowledge is essentially what? Supposed to be power or, harmony. Most people continue to fragment themselves and fragment themselves and fragment themselves within other styles of knowledge and philosophies. And that's something that ends up leading people to experiencing dementia or Alzheimer's. Their brains never get a chance to rather disconnect from stress or mental processing. They never come to cope with something mentally or within their inner child. They get stuck in some level of time. Take a deep breath. Everything that you know comes back to one answer, even if you don't have that answer readily off the bat. You know that all of your research essentially comes back to one thing. You have preferences on what kind of alchemy you want to use. You have your own special latent abilities like a dragon, or the ability to bend and manifest easily with thought itself, or the ability to create a vortex that is unescapable for your manifestation. Ultimately, it always comes back to one thing. That one thing is understood differently by each one of us. You have to let everything, your special ability, your alchemy, this moment, the future, and the past, no matter how painful, all coming back into this moment. remember that the timelines themselves are alchemy. Your storyline is alchemy. The pain that you've gone through is alchemy. Alchemy is dualistic, and alchemy is not just a day-to-day experience when you're applying alchemy. If this is all an illusion, each one of you is an Antojai Alchemy student. If Antojai makes everything, every manifestation that's ever happened to you is essentially alchemy. Properly used or improperly used, justified, architected, and guided. It all comes back to you, summing it up into this moment. And you might feel pain when you're bringing it all into the moment. You might feel uncomfortable. You might feel like you want to cry. You might have body twitches. You might feel like you're running out of breath. But everything and anything that's always happened has a vibration. That vibration being an alchemic variation and chemistry. When you understand this and you can let go of time in the form of events, memories stuck in time within events, trauma which follows that same pattern. When you can stop looking at all the things you've learned to get away from the starting point, which was your pain. When you understand that running away is always staying in place. When you understand that all the alchemy is just a manifestation, regardless of whether or not it's in the alchemy of time itself. Really let that settle in. Some of you are struggling like, man, that means like everything that's ever happened to me is essentially my own conjuring. Yes, exactly. That's what I've been trying to teach you this whole time, if you're actually starting to feel it right now. In a way, it's very freeing. I can feel some of you are like really starting to tap into it now. It's mind-blowing. I mean, it's like uncomfortable. It pushes your thought process because then you have no one else to blame but yourself. But why even blame yourself? It's just like, whoa, you were blind to the fact that you were doing this in the first place. Now you know. Why even sit down and beat yourself up for anything? Just literally sit down with the fact that, okay, you have this power. It's always been here. And still, why you guys think about it, you're missing the point. You have to think about it to a point where you feel comfortable, and now you have to take it to the next level. Give your heart chakras, each and every one of you, to the sum of your alchemy. Give your heart chakras to your special abilities. Wholeheartedly give it. No throttle. No attachments. No fear. Push yourself past it. Whatever tries to keep you back. Anything, a thought, a question, a person, a memory, a feeling, all of it is trying to stop you from owning the moment. Own it. Push past it, push past it. Open your heart chakra. Open it, open it, open it. When I keep saying open, If I'm saying it, I know you guys can push past it. Until everyone reaches the level that I want you to reach, you're going to keep pushing. If you need to anchor yourself, push, gratitude, anchor, push, gratitude, anchor, push. Ready? We're gonna completely surrender all the BS. That's one of the things I like to say to myself, like, okay, I'm letting go of all the BS that's there, like, whatever, I don't care what's there, I'm letting go right now. I'm grateful that I'm letting go, and I've let go of this. Okay, I've anchored myself. I don't care about the complexities of the human mind and the human perspective when it comes to understanding the cosmos. I'm grateful for the fact that I can do this. I anchor. I understand that the human experience is no different than my astral experience, but allowing my mind to only look at the cosmos from the 3D perspective of humanity is limiting to the greater concept of my dualistic expression. I am grateful for this. Anchored. Now I give myself to the vibration of everything that I have come to experience, that I have collected, that I am, and that I have yet to be. If you gotta breathe out any negativity or density, do it, but keep opening your hearts. I'm grateful for the moment of being able to do this. I'm grateful that I'm able to harmonize all of my magic in this moment. I am grateful that the biggest secret of all has been right in front of me, right here, right now within me. I'm grateful that I understand that no matter what it is that I constantly seek, that it is right here, it is in front of me, it is within me, it is attainable. Nothing is impossible because everything is infinite. The possible is impossible, and the impossible is always fathomably possible. Within all possibilities exist dualistically, the positive and what is seen to be the negative, the light, the night. Neither one of them outweighs the other. In this present moment, I am. And then you'll see a word that comes up to mind, or you'll have a feeling, or you'll hear a word. In this moment, I am. Pay attention to this word. This is the word that's going to guide you to your future evolution. In this present moment, I am. And if you ask yourself several times that question, and you see the same word over and over and over again, then you know that you're in alignment with one clear definition within your spirit. If you see multiple words, then these are things that your spirit feels that are most pertinent in your life, And these key words are things that you should consciously put your effort into every day for manifesting. So when I'm sitting here and I say, in this moment, I see manifest. And I did that a bunch of times, and it was manifest, manifest, manifest. And then the second word that came up was conjuring towards the end. If I do it again, I am conjuring manifest. So my manifesting thought for 2020, where I'm bringing my energy to a peak right now, it's pretty clear. Whatever my objective is, I'm conjuring that manifest. That's what my spirit is legit telling me I'm doing with my alchemic vibration, which is ultimately your ultimate manifestation. Think about it this way, you guys. All right, I'm taking you to like a little bit of a farther level here. You are a manifestation. Think about that. You are a manifestation of Source. Source manifested you to experience the multiverse that is quantum reality. Source also is playing as you. And then you are the source point of all of your multidimensional realities. Everything that you are comes back to being a manifest. In order for you to know exactly how you're guiding your energy system, you should do this technique. And I wouldn't rely on it too much, because you don't want to become addicted to it, but you can do it, now. You can do it 4 months from now and kind of see where you're calibrating. But whatever it is that's coming up, if you saw love, peace, and relaxation, those are the 3 things that your spirit is highlighting that you focus your energy on. So then you would try to make it in your manifest routine for the future. You're going to spend some more time relaxing. Start making a plan right now. That is your New Year's resolution right there. What is that resolution? What were those words that your spirit gave you? Is it loving yourself more? How are you going to love yourself more? Maybe make an audio loop from our Sound Alchemy month and listen to that every day when you go to sleep. I have one that I've created that I listen to, and it's like, I listen to it and I know I wake up the next morning like in hustle mode. Like I got things I got to do. I'm making it happen. Make something that works for you. How do you guys feel with this meditation? You guys can chime in with voice or with chat.
Right now, I guess one way to describe it is like I feel pretty out of it. Like I feel, like I don't know. I feel like good, like in a good way.
Did you see your words?
Yeah, what came up was like deserving and like worthy. Like right now I feel like not like nauseous, but I feel kind of like something is like I kind of like feel it like in my like stomach / like throat, like kind of like numb or I don't know. Right now, like I feel something. It feels weird.
Yeah. So
but,
your throat is your center of authenticity, and like that would be authentic, and your stomach area is tied to your emotional center, which is acceptance. So it's like you found a major limitation within your manifest that is not letting you authentically feel like you are worthy and deserving.
Yeah. And yeah, I just feel pretty great, and like I don't know, like I was just so happy, like with the dragon, like, I don't know.
Yeah. So now those two words that you have, meditate with the dragon. The dragon will bring that out for you. All you have to do is like, okay, I'm going to sit down with my dragon. Help me understand these two concepts that I like, my spirit told me that I'm manifesting with. And then it'll help you clear out those aspects from your life.
Okay. And so, do I go through that process like every time I want to interact with my dragon, or can I just be like, I call on my dragon now?
You can totally call on it right now and hang out with it whenever you want. But dragons are very wise, so that's why you want to take advantage of like their wisdom when it comes to like these kinds of concepts. It's almost like having like the ultimate like, I don't know, like encyclopedia elder, But yeah, you can hang out with it whenever you want, whenever you need it, and just talk to it, or just hang out in general. And just when you go to sleep, ask to see it and communicate with it, and that'll help you move forward.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. What about Natalie, Hubert, or Marcella?
Okay, I'll share, but I'm a little embarrassed. My first word was magic, and my second word, complete with a picture, was ma'at, and I felt a lot of love for that. Like I was about ready to cry. So yeah, that's what came up for me. So
nice. Thank you for sharing. What about Natalie?
We were late joining, so I don't know what the question was.
So were you able to like step into the I am?
No, we actually were able to get in while Rudy was talking about his dragon.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you didn't hear the whole entire meditation then?
Bad connection. No, we've had bad internet problems for the last few days.
Okay, all right. Well, luckily I saved it for you. So you're gonna meditate with it again on your section, and then whenever the words come to you, we would love to hear it on the thread in Patreon, just to see what words came to you. So don't worry, you'll be able to repractice this later. What about Natalie? If you can share.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm vibing from head to toe, and I feel a lot more light than before. Before we started this evening, I was full out flu symptoms, and while this was going on, all the symptoms dissipated. Like I don't feel what I was feeling, so it's good.
Nice.
I feel three words came to me: joyful, harmony, and balance.
Nice.
So it was good. It's kind of what I've been trying to manifest, so it's good to constantly feel in that state of mind of harmony and balance, and that no matter what comes my way, I feel joyful.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's good.
Nice, you guys. So I'm going to be posting all the workshops that I've been doing these past couple days, and I'm going to put them on Patreon later tonight. The next 2 days, they're all based off of manifesting. They're all based off of amplifying yourself in different ways with whether the chakra mirror or, Quantum Reiki or, this is like a proper alchemy, special abilities, Patreon edition, like healing. Like this is all the work that I've been trying to bring your souls to collect. And if you guys were feeling good with this, oh man, just wait, I'm gonna take you even farther. So like it's all baby steps, like a lot of the work that I do for you guys when I'm healing you is mostly kind of trying to get rid of all the blockages and karma and like any like subconscious major blockages so that the magic can come out and then the magic can take over all the extra crap that's been sitting there, and it's kind of like a little bit less work for you and your healing process altogether. So those are just kind of like, I want you guys to practice this as much as possible. Like do this, like I said, like every couple months just to reassess where you're at. And if you guys want to review these or just make a little playlist off of them and come back to them or whatever, like 2020 is one of those years where you should start practicing how to really incorporate a lot of the things that I've given you into having this vibration where it's like everything's coming into like this peak and then woof, like it's just everywhere. Like you don't have to focus on one specific formula. Even though you're adding to the formulas, you're turning everything that you are, your manifest, into the ultimate manifest. All right, you guys, I'm sending you a ton of love, and I will catch you in our next meeting. Thank you so much for being part of this community. I'll talk to you later.